Good afternoon from Los Angeles. We are The Cult. My name's Ian Asprey.
And I am Billy Duffy, guitarist.
And we are here to show you some of our videos from the past 10 years of the incredible Cult. And we just come out with a video called She Sells Sanctuary. It's made in 1985.
Filmed in Wimbledon at the Wimbledon Theatre.
And that particular video is interesting because the drummer, our original drummer, Nigel Preston, didn't quite make the video that particular day. He had a little dabble with some drugs and a little car accident, and we had to employ a drummer on the day. We phoned around, the only person we could find was Mark Brzezicki from Big Country to sit in for Nigel. Nigel was comatose somewhere, and
he was actually comatose in police cells in North London, is actually where he was. And he played drums in the video, mimed them and then shut off, and we used him on the next album, which was the Love album, which was, I suppose, our first successful record. Certainly in this fine country, which you might have noticed. Here we are in Clacton on sea. We shipped in the palm tree, and we're on the balcony of a very famous rock producer's house. Almost a mogul, really, I'd say, wouldn't you? I think he's a wannabe mogul who you might be meeting later on in this show, this pure cult that we're presenting for you, an hour of our finest moments. So, you've seen Sanctuary. That was him in the white outfit and me frightened to death with the silly white hairdo. And now we're going to go into Firewoman, which was probably our most famous, biggest hit, anyway, single, which made lots of the arm in the air, blonde hair. Well, that's all gone. And lots of him writhing on the floor. So I hope you enjoy this one. It's very meaty.
And you're watching Pure Cult on MTV. Okay, here we are in the wonderful Hollywood Palladium.
Frank Sinatra opened this place in the 1940s. For you trivia fans.
We've only played here once. We played here on the Love Tour. And at the time when we played here, I'd broken my foot previously. One of the things about when we played here was because I'd broken my foot, I was sitting on a stool. I also had a little table, and I had my drinks and my cigarettes up on this table. So as the evening progressed, I was having more and more drinks, because as soon as the drink was empty, another drink would arrive. And at one point, I decided to stand up for the show, just to put a little bit more enthusiasm into it, and I sort of stumbled and crashed to the floor as I was incredibly inebriated. But then again, young pop fans, and don't forget, I've told you not to wear tights.
To bring it more up to date for you fans of modern day trivia, lots of gang shootings here nowadays, so that's why we're here when it's closed. No, it's not in the best part of town anymore, and people getting shot here all the time. So it's in a bit, they're going to close the place down, I believe, due to the fact that it attracts a dodgy crowd. So we thought we'd come here and get out of the blazing hot sunshine and keep our studio tans intact. Our next fabulous video, which is
Rain.
Rain, and there's a lot to talk about the Rain video, there really is. We're beyond tights now, we're into like furnishings and upholstery for clothes. Another thing, kids, if you ever think of starting a pop group, don't let them put too much makeup on you. In fact, if you can avoid it, don't wear any makeup ever under any circumstances because, you know, after all, be a man. This is more fun than In Excess with those little cards and that video in about 1402. This is art. Up to speed, good bacon and eggs.
Get in here, man.
Aye, here we are in a very green canyon. Not a stone's throw from more of the famous recording studios and hangouts of Hollywood. And up here we see behind me, be so kind, Errol Flynn's old laundry. And up there on that knoll, we filmed the Wild Hearted Son video. The bit where the Indian bloke is sitting by the campfire, very briefly getting his little feet warm. So, just so you know, and that's about all I've got to say on the subject. Ian's wandered off talking now, so he's having a good time. Here I am doing the work. And I suppose you're enjoying Pure Cult on MTV. Hello, here we are again, back from our exciting trip into Charles Manson's forest. And we find ourselves at one of Los Angeles' new trendy places, which is a Californian pub, which is basically a coffee bar with lots of tacky furniture. So, here we are, talking about Revolution video, okay? So,
the interesting thing about Revolution video was it was filmed in Slough. The live parts of it were filmed in Slough, weren't they?
Yeah, that's thrilling. That's interesting.
See, one of the things
so
about
what's interesting about that?
One thing that you'll notice...
What's interesting about it being filmed in Slough?
You've probably noticed throughout this entire programme I have to keep referring to Billy and asking him giving a wink to make sure that I get my facts right, because I can't remember most of what we've been through in the past 10 years. So. I certainly don't remember wearing those tights. But definitely a tip for young performers out there: do not wear tights while performing in videos. This is the Edie video.
Well, this actually isn't yet the Edie video, is it? This is a copy.
It will be.
But coming up.
Edie's about one of Warhol's actresses called Edie Sedgwick. I spent a lot of time in the same environment that Warhol and the Velvet Underground were hanging out in, and a lot of people I was acquainted with were actors, designers, photographers, much more of more of a bohemian sort of scene, and hanging out in like coffee bars and stuff in New York. And the whole ambience of Velvet Underground, I was just really interested and intrigued with those people, and especially Edie Sedgwick, probably because she was like extremely sensitive and naive, and I just felt a lot of empathy towards her and identified with her very strongly. So that's why it's such a dramatically drawn out lyric and a dramatically drawn out video, trying to capture some ambience of New York, and also the depths of the cappuccino machine downstairs. You've been watching a load of dodgy old videos by the Cult.
Represent a dodgy old body of dodgy old work from a dodgy old body. And
talking about dodgy old bodies, here's Rick.
Dodgy old body. Here's Spengali, our producer Rick. This is his house, the pink thing behind you in the distance there. It doesn't really do it justice, but it's a very lot of history here. And we've just been discussing who died in the swimming pool, and which one of us is going to end up in the pool. So,
we first met Rick in 1986. We heard a Beastie Boys track he did, which we really liked, and was really compelled to get in touch with him. Because at that time, everyone was making all the rock records that were being made were really crappy and glam, and all the other kind of records that were being made were sort of alternative, for alternative's sake. And Rick's records were very straight ahead sounding records, and we really wanted to find a way of how to record in that way. Do you remember what day it was that Beastie Boys came in, and we walked in one day and they were like sitting on all our gear playing? Like all three of them.
Yeah, it's a very painful day, wasn't it?
Rick thought what we were doing at the time was a little bit limp, and we really wanted to bust out and do something a lot harder. So in that sense, he really gave us a liberation in 1986-87. Although we're not showing the video of The Witch, because there isn't a video for The Witch.
You'd be able to show it really then, wouldn't you?
But if you do go out and get the Pure Cult compilation record, you can hear The Witch that's on there. Something we did very recently with Rick.
We could make a really good video for it now. If we had a copy of it, we could play it and listen to it.
Yes.
And then tell each other that, wow, that sounds pretty good, and that'd be the video. The Witch is a good indicator of the way things may go in the future.
The Witch is certainly a very, very good indicator of the way things are going in the future. Having worked with other imitator producers, it's now time to return to the great guru of rock production, Mr. Rick Rubin. And hopefully we'll be presenting you sometime in the not too distant future a new Cult album. And you've been watching Pure Cult, a reminisce through our cult collective soiree.
Collective consciousness.
Yes, collective consciousness of the Cult. Enough? Run!